In this insane training event at Rockcity in Hull, none of us knew we were about to take part in a 1-minute knockout competition. Miho Nonaka, Sorato Anraku, Yoshiyuki Ogata, Daiki Sano, Yannick Flohe, Alex Megos, Jim Pope, Max Milne, Erin McNiece, Hamish McArthur, Jack McDougall, and myself, Toby Roberts. In my latest video, thanks for all the feedback on that, I spoke about how hard the boulders in Japan are, and in particular B-Pump Ogi Kubo, which is owned by Katsu, a coach, route setter, and an incredibly unique character. So I was looking forward to 2 days training in Hull, courtesy of Rockcity, who we were all incredibly grateful for organising an unbelievable training camp. With B-Pump setters Katsu and Tsukuru providing 15 blocks on the Rockcity concours, an incredible selection of holds thanks to Rockcity and serious climbing distribution, and a selection of World Cup climbers that included 6 World Cup gold medalists. After warming up, we all couldn't wait to get started, but suddenly, as things were about to begin, Katsu announced an unexpected competition format. Isolation conditions, which as with all fun comps, was sitting with your back to the climbing. With some instructions half provided in Japanese, we became loosely familiar with the rules. There were 3 styles of boulders: balance, coordination, and power, each with level 1 to level 5. Fail to top a level within 1 minute with a maximum of 2 tries and you're eliminated. Top the boulder and then proceed to the next level. The rules were sort of clear and the competition was on.
Let's start! Yes!
First up was balance, or as most people know, slab climbing. Erin and McNiece started the strange competition off. A solid flash and the tops of balance level 1 started rolling in. Soon it was my turn. As a comp climber, you're used to being put under pressure. I wouldn't have thought twice about this block if it was training. Here I'm thinking, is it a static start, a jump start? What's high percentage? What were the setters thinking? How is the best way to do this boulder? You're quickly running through the options and making quick decisions about your beta in your head, which is basically just overcomplicating it. I didn't know what grade a level 1 slab was. I just knew I didn't want to fall off after having seen so many other people flash it. Everyone made it through balance level 1 successfully and proceeded to level 2.
Let's go!
Erin again started with a solid flash, before the challenges of the format suddenly became very apparent when losing a large UK contingent.
It's many UK! Many UK!
Sorato moved on to level 3, whilst Jack, Alex Megos, myself and Miho all succumbed. Yannick was next with an impressive top. Followed by Max. And Yoshiyuki impressively topped with under a second left. On to level 3, but only one would make it to level 4. Max with incredible flash moving left across the Rockcity macros. This was very impressive. Level 4 was a striking problem on the new Rockcity Safari holds, which are almost sure to make an appearance at the World Cups this year. And Max, now the only climber remaining, did incredibly well to flash it. This was a hard problem and one I was already excited to go on in the working session after. Level 5 finally claimed Max, which was an incredibly hard slab with clear daylight between him and the rest of the field. Max was a worthy champion of the balance round. Onto coordination and another 5 boulders.
Next, coordination. Change the mind.
It quickly became clear that this was an incredible format for training. Some of these problems, like level 1 coordination, were really not that hard. Put in this format, it was a complete test of execution and so relevant to the World Cups. With competitions, you're up against the clock whilst trying to keep attempts low. With flash and onside climbing, you only get 1 go, so this is almost harder than the competitions. Onto coordination level 2. In training sessions like this, no one is competing with each other and every climber was at a different stage of their training or prep. No one's competing directly with each other, but also no one wants to fall off. These boulders were not easy. Trying them within a minute with some of the best climbers in the world was making this a full value training session. Level 3 coordination was a great example. The move itself wasn't incredibly hard, but doing it within a minute and only 2 attempts was very hard, and 4 climbers managed to top out and move on to level 4. Onto level 4. This was another excellent boulder. Most climbers could easily hold the jug you have to catch at the end of the first move. This would undoubtedly be the zone in a competition. However, arrive with the jug at speed after a lâche and it suddenly becomes a totally different test. That would leave only 3 climbers heading into the final round. On to level 5. Coordination boulders on this level require a complex set of movements. Generally a combination of generating and stopping momentum in different ways with subtle body positions and finding a way that works for you. An unbelievable flash by Jack to claim all 5 coordination boulders and win the round. The best training sessions are not competitions, they are fun and collaborative with a great collection of people, and this training session was quickly becoming one of the best I'd ever had. And it was on to the power boulders. It's safe to say the room did not lack powerful climbers and the first few power boulders offered little opposition. Although I was grateful to Alex Megos for pointing out the massive mint Rockcity hold was in when I stupidly missed out. A lot of things have changed over the last 7 years, but Alex's colourful shorts definitely wasn't one of them. Everyone advanced to level 4 power. That's the thing with powerful boulders and World Cups, that you generally find that everyone's really strong that can do the power boulders, so it requires much more to split the field. I didn't manage to top this one, which was the level 4 power, but I was happy with how I was feeling, being midway between the end of my harder aspects of physical winter training and the start of the comp season. There are a range of impressive styles and tops on display as 7 climbers proceeded to the final level 5 power problem. This was a great physical problem, through the roof with a tough finish. Would anyone reach the top? Sorato, the only climber to claim a top of level 5 power. This guy's a legend. 14 of the 15 boulders were topped, and each of the 3 rounds would have had separation if being scored based on a top or nothing scoring format. Climbing is so much more than the physical ability, and competitions magnify this hugely. In one of my previous videos, I'd shown what training in Japan and especially B-pump was like, where both Katsu and Tsukuru regularly set some of the world's hardest indoor boulders. At Rockcity, Katsu was very much there on a role of coach as well as setter, as this format was his idea. We weren't initially sure what to make of a 1-minute time limit with 2 attempts, but in practice, this became an incredible valuable test of execution. In climbing, execution is understanding the requirements and subtleties of a climb and piecing together a performance exactly in line with what's required to top. Competition climbing is doing that with a time limit, sometimes under immense pressure. That's why so often you find that the strongest climber isn't the best comp climber. Whether or not you could do the boulder or not was irrelevant. This is not red pointing. It's very hard to recreate real life comp scenarios in a training environment, but this was done very well in this particular exercise. The set of boulders was excellent with a great crew, and energy and enthusiasm was high with everyone. As an example, keep a lookout for the day 2 video coming soon. If you like the content, remember to like, subscribe and turn notifications on so you're first to see the next video. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed.